Fine brothers are huge on YouTube, but recently they got a lot of backlash after releasing a video touting their React World program. So what exactly is that? Well, according to The Telegraph, the Fine brothers unveiled a scheme last week to let other video makers produce similar reaction videos if they pay to use their license. One of the brothers, Rafi Fine, called it a huge step for the entire global media industry. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Fine brothers, they are huge on YouTube. And what they do is have these reaction videos where they have, let's say, the elderly react to Snapchat. And they do really well. They're very entertaining. However, reaction videos have existed long before the Fine brothers put out videos themselves. Now, that's the reason why people had a negative reaction to what you're about to see. Take a look.
We are excited to announce React World, which is a first-of-its-kind program that allows people and companies to license all our popular shows online so that anyone, even you watching right now, can create your own versions in a fully legal way and be part of a new and exciting global community.
In entertainment industry terms, when you create a version of a show based on someone else's format, this is called licensing, which many TV shows have done over time. For example, Britain's Got Talent and America's Got Talent. It's the same show format, but licensed legally to be created in other locations. So with React World, we've created a new way to license formats in the digital age.
And unlike in TV where you have to pay huge amounts up front, we're providing the license with no upfront fees. Instead, we're sharing revenue with you after you start uploading. Along with the license, we're going to be giving you a bunch of resources to help you create the shows, make money, and get featured and promoted by us in various ways. Find out more in the links below.
Part of why we believe this initiative is important is due to witnessing many creators, ourselves included, having their shows and formats blatantly stolen by companies and people, both online and on television.
All right, so they want to share the revenue of any and all reaction videos that are posted on YouTube because they believe that they own the copyright or at least the trademark to those types of videos. Now, interestingly enough, they have obtained the trademark for Kids React, Elders React, and Teens React. But people are questioning why they would be able to do this considering that reaction videos have existed for a very, very long time. Now, their video statement had an insane like to dislike ratio. The last time I checked, it was 250,000 dislikes and 55,000 likes. So they're not doing too well. And then they were forced to kind of put out another video explaining themselves. And they're saying that they are not trying to control the entire reaction video genre, but simply their particular format and graphics. But they've received little sympathy for that.
No, they haven't. 250,000 dislikes. That's significant. Okay. Now, I'm largely going to defend them. But before I do that, let me explain how biased I am. Okay. So first of all, I know them a tiny bit, and I like them a lot. And I think they're great creators. And we're also YouTube creators here. And I'm also annoyed sometimes when people rip us off. Now, when other people talk on YouTube, it's outrageous. They should be paying me a fee.
Anytime there's political commentary, we should be sharing the revenue.
That's right. Okay, no, I'm kidding. No, seriously, like sometimes people rip off our logo blatantly, right? From time to time, TV shows, lately, Daily Show, will have the same exact graphics as we do, same exact master, the day after us. Interesting coincidence, right? So, and then they'll turn around like, oh, internet, please, right? Are you guys taking notes? Taking notes, right? Okay. So, anyway, that happens from time to time, but none of that is provable. So we never bring it up, except I just brought it up. So, a little bitter man on my part, and I get where they're coming from, and so I get that they're frustrated. And once the format works, everybody's like, let's just do what they're doing, right? So I'm sure that it happens to the Fine brothers nonstop. Was this a good idea overall? Probably not. Okay. But overall, I empathize with them, and I understand what drove them to it.
I don't empathize with them. I mean, I get it. Look, you guys are huge on YouTube, right? Let's say that they're the underdogs, and they're like churning out these videos, and they're working hard, and then some douchebag comes in after them and puts out very similar videos, and they blow up, right? That would suck. That would suck. But the reality is they don't own the reaction genre in any way. Right? And what do they mean that people are trying to steal their graphics? If there's any proof that someone's trying to steal your logos or your graphics and what makes your business, then okay. But reaction videos don't belong to you. They were upset because Ellen did a reaction video on her show. Guess what? She's able to do a reaction video because people have been, 2 Girls, 1 Cup was the reaction video of the century, right? and no one owns that. No one owns that genre. And to say, hey, now if you want to legally do that, you got to share the revenue with us. I mean, you're going to make a lot of enemies because you're taking ownership of something that simply doesn't belong to you.
Right. I remember when they tried to rip that off and they had two girls in a glass. It just didn't work as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, look, again, not the best of ideas. Very hard to pull off in this case to say, hey, if you're going to do reaction videos, you should license it through us. But look, I'll give one more example as to my somewhat defense of them. You do a show called The Point, right? What if somebody came up where you ask people to take a topical matter, you ask people to make a point about it, and then you ask them a personal question, right? Somebody comes across and goes, all right, everybody, I've got the schmoit. Okay, whatever, right?
Yeah.
Hold on. And they go, okay, first make a quick comment about this topical story, then I'm going to ask you a personal question about it. Well, look, you can't, I know, you're right, you can't trademark that, but the thing is, they are ripping you off, and it is annoying.
Look, I think that I would argue that that's different because reaction videos don't require Einstein to come up with the format. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's a very simplistic format that, like, my 5-year-old cousin can come up with. The Point has a very specific format, meaning that, you ask people to make their point and then you ask them a personal question. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as simplistic as a reaction video. And
I'm sure
that
they would
format
perceive
didn't
it differently.
exist.
And look, and one more thing, so you have context here. American Idol's not a complicated format.
It's not.
People go and sing and you judge them. It's the simplest thing in the world. Anybody can do that.
And there were a bunch of copycats after that, though.
No, but they make tremendous money from formatting that, and the courts rule in their favor. So if that's like such a genius format, why isn't what the Fine Brothers do a genius format? And if the TV guys can make billions of dollars off of it, why are the Fine Brothers, the bad guys, for saying, hey, listen, man, if we are the ones driving this, it makes sense that, and they're not saying you all owe us money. They're saying sign up if you're going to do this.
Yeah, maybe
right?
maybe I'm not being absolutely clear about something. Look, their format is something that humans have been doing since humans have been around, right? That's what humans do. We react to things. You can't trademark
oh my God, a lion.
reactions, right? Exactly. Like, they just happen to put it on film or a tape, or not tape, film. Tape doesn't exist anymore.
Okay, I don't know what they put. That's how savvy we are. All right. Anyway, we disagree a little bit here, but ultimately it proved to be not a great idea. I think they acknowledge that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is cut the guys a break. They've been very successful. People have been ripping them off for a long time. It's hard not to get frustrated.